This week on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Child doesn't know the definition of friendship, and she doesn't know the definition of ain't nothing going on. Because clearly there's something going on. So she lied.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Episode 7. Let's get right into this. Alright, you guys, so I actually think this was a pretty good episode in my opinion. It was sort of like a filler episode, but I still really enjoyed it because what happened this episode is definitely going to lead us into next week in a big way. So we're going to talk about how that's going to happen. So we start where we left off last week. Dorit calls out Kyle on her texting with PK. Kyle says, if it bothers you, I will stop. But Dorit sort of keeps on pushing it. So Kyle says, I apologize. What else do you effing want from me? So Dorit goes off and she says, I want you to stop raising your effing voice at me. You don't get to do it. You don't get to talk to me like that. The rules are different. Like, you guys, it was bad. Like, it was bad. I don't think they would have gotten physical, or I don't know, maybe they would have, but it looked like it was leading that way because they were just so heated, and Dorit actually kind of lunged at her, and Kyle had them veins popping out of her forehead. I mean, I don't think they've ever gotten into it with each other that angry. And Erika had to get up and sort of hold Dorit a little bit. And, so they're going at it, and then Kyle says that again, she will stop texting PK if it's bothering her. But then Garcelle says, well, I thought, she says to Dorit, I thought you were talking about your relationship. How are you doing? And Dorit is confused. She says, are you seriously asking me out of concern or what? But she just gets up and leaves. Listen, I actually think Garcelle was being genuine. I do think she was being genuine and asking Dorit how is she doing, but I also don't blame Dorit having that reaction though, only because of their relationship. I mean, they're not friends and they've both been pretty clear about that. So I could see how Dorit could be a little bit like, why are you asking me that? Erika then accompanies Dorit when she leaves, and inside, Bose is sort of defending Dorit a little bit, and Kyle's not happy about this. And she knows that Bose maybe has a different perception of Dorit. So that was a crazy night at the Viper Room. So then it is the next day. Kyle and Garcelle go to Sutton's house, and Kyle says that she hasn't ever gotten that mad, like in years. She says that the last time she was ever that angry was when she was fighting with Camille many, many seasons ago. Now, I don't know that I believe that. They did play a little bit of tennis. Now, Garcelle said that her arm was hurt. It really wasn't, but I don't blame her because it was probably hot outside anyway. So then they eat lunch, and Kyle shares that the first person she called that morning was Mauricio. Mauricio was telling her that PK was having a bit of a hard time last night and whatnot. And then Kyle says to Mauricio, I can't be friends with PK anymore because apparently it bothers Dorit. And Mauricio had said to her that that was the most ridiculous thing that he's ever heard. But Sutton and Garcelle, however, they were in agreement that if they were in Dorit's place and Kyle was texting PK, they wouldn't like it either. They wouldn't like Kyle speaking to their ex-husbands. And Kyle says, well, that's a little bit different. Like, for example, with Garcelle, I mean, you got divorced. There was an infidelity. That's a little bit different. So then Sutton says, well, you also had an infidelity. And Kyle says, what infidelity? Sutton says, with Mo. Kyle says, when? It was awkward. She says, are you talking about Instagram? That's different. I mean, to be fair, Kyle has never publicly said that there was an infidelity. We all know there probably has been, but Kyle has never confirmed it, and it looks like she still doesn't want to. But in conclusion, though, Kyle was mad at Dorit, and she says that she probably doesn't even want to fix it. So in the next scene, Erika, Dorit, and Martin Lawrence Bureau go to a furniture store to pick things out for Erika's home renovation. I did see some people say, like, why is she even renovating a house that she's renting? But you know what? If she's going to be living there, then let her. And she's probably bored anyway. So she's telling Dorit that, she was in survival mode for so long, but now she can sit back and do things like this. Dorit then tells her that lately, she's very thankful for both Erika and Bose. She says that those two have been very close to her in these hard times. Which is interesting because the day before this scene, Dorit actually met up with Bose, and Bose told her that Sutton basically had brought up that they were feeling some type of way about Bose being so close to Dorit. And I do think that's kind of whack. Listen, if Bose likes Dorit, then she likes Dorit. Like, calm down. Erika then asks Dorit what does she need to make things better with Kyle, and Dorit says that she needs to know why did she get so angry so quickly. So then we see a next scene, and it was being filmed at 4 a.m. in the morning. It was Bose in her house, and I thought, is she up or is she waking up? No, she's actually waking up because she's going to go have surgery, fibroid surgery, and she's with her boyfriend. I thought it was so nice that he was there for her. He was the one that took her to have her surgery. Now, this is the part that surprised me a bit. So she says in her confessional, I'm 48 years old and I want to be able to carry babies. I was like, wait, what? So Keely, her boyfriend, he's also 48 years old, but he's never had any children and he wants to start a family, and Bose really wants to give that to him. And I think that's wonderful. Now, I don't really know too much about this, but the little that I do know, I would just ask her, like, do you need to carry it? Because listen, one of the things that I've always said is that we're so lucky to be in a society where IVF and things like that have been available. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand a woman wanting to carry her own child. Absolutely. So I do get that, but I would just want her to do what's more safe for her. So that was that, and then they show her coming back home. Looks like the surgery went well, and then Kyle goes over to her house. She had sent her flowers, and Dorit also sent her flowers. Now, listen, I'm sure Kyle was being nice, but let's keep it real. Kyle was there to try and get Bose on her side. Okay, that's what it was. Especially because Bose is new, and maybe Kyle thinks that Bose has seen her in a certain type of way. So they're talking about the other night. Kyle says that she lost it because she thinks that Dorit was trying to paint her to be a certain type of person that she really isn't. And Bose says that she has a lot of friends, right? And a lot of friends sometimes see friendships in different ways. So maybe they're not seeing their friendship in the same terms. Like maybe Dorit sees their friendship being closer than what Kyle sees as close. Now, listen, Kyle is full of BS because she says to Bose, well, when I'm close to my friends, we share a lot of things, and Dorit has never really shared anything with me. And this is why I love a good flashback, because they showed Dorit talking to Kyle last season about her marital issues. So, Kyle, you are a liar. But Kyle, again, she's reiterating that if it really does bother Dorit, of course she won't talk to PK. Bose then says that Dorit has let her know that, to be honest, she actually would like to see the text between Kyle and PK. But then Kyle says, well, that's manipulative, that's crazy. And y'all, I damn near lost it. So Kyle's not willing to show the messages, but she does grab her phone and shows Bose that one picture. The picture. Now, we all know what we're talking about. Dorit kissing Mauricio's shoulder. Oof. I was like, damn, Kyle, I can't believe you just did that. But again, it further goes to prove that you're trying to get Bose to be on your side. Bose says, well, that's what Dorit wants you to do. She wants you to show her the messages. And Kyle says, well, in principle, she can F off. Damn. I kind of feel bad for Bose. She just got out of surgery and she has to be hearing this BS. But let me tell you, Bose strikes me as the type of person that she's not easy to manipulate. She's going to come up with her own conclusions on her own terms. Okay, so then the next scene, I thought it was really nice. So remember that earlier in this season, some of the ladies had surprised Kyle and they threw her a pizza party? There's been a few times where Erika has kind of hinted that she was upset that she never really got anything like that. And I mean, I get it. I think that's a reasonable feeling to have in a friend group. So Kyle, Sutton, and Garcelle do something I thought was so nice and amazing. They surprise Erika, so they arrive in her house and they tell her to get ready. We're going to take you somewhere. They all get in the car, and when they get close to their destination, they blindfold her and they arrive like at a strip mall. And Kyle says, you were sad that no one threw you a pizza party, but we're here where you can have the biggest pizza party you want. They take the blindfold off. Chuck E. Cheese. You guys, I loved Chuck E. Cheese when I was a kid. My parents would take me there for my birthday each year. I loved the pizza, the games, and you would get the tokens. And I remember you would win tickets when you would play the games, and then you would go exchange them. You know, do they allow adults to go? Because I might have to go with my friends. I thought it took me back. So they actually played some games and have some fun, and then they sit down to have some pizza. So Erika shares a bit about her life. Tom is going through trial, which we know that he was found guilty not too long ago. She says that she doesn't really see herself ever getting legally married again, which is I guess is understandable for her case. Sutton says that she'll never say never about it, and then Kyle says that she doesn't think so, and she knows that the girls wouldn't like for her to be with another man. Garcelle says, well, y'all still call and FaceTime each other all the time. And Kyle's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. And Garcelle says to her, listen, I'm going to be honest. Do whatever you want to do. Be whoever you want to be. If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian. And I appreciate Garcelle's bluntness here. Life's too short sometimes to be so posh. Like, let's just keep it real, okay? Erika then says that she met with Dorit the other day and that Dorit would like to know what Kyle and PK have been texting. And Kyle, this is the second time she's heard this, and she thinks that is ridiculous, and she says that she would never do that because she's an adult and she doesn't have to show her messages. But she does show them a text message that she sent PK the day that the separation announcement was made public. And it was a pretty long text message, much more than just memes and jokes. But the part that really got everyone's attention was a part in the text that said something about, I won't share what you and I have talked about. Oh, so I don't know. Kyle says, I will not allow her to paint me to be a certain type of person, and the fact that she wants to do that makes me want to never be her friend again. Ooh, okay, so let's get to the last scene of the episode. So it's the last scene, and Garcelle goes over to Bose's house. By the way, I gotta say, thoughts and prayers to Bose, whose Malibu house was burnt in the LA fires. I'm wishing her the best. I'm not sure if it's this exact house that she's filming in, the one that burnt, but nevertheless, let's all send our well wishes to Bose. I like the fact that Garcelle brought some food over, and Bose tells her about her fibroid surgery that she just had. But she says that she's really happy that they're finally, meeting up, just the two of them. And then Garcelle makes some comment about, well, Dorit is taking so much of your time. But Bose is just like, I like her, And then she says that she also feels bad for the situation that she's going through. Garcelle then says that she's just really surprised about what's been going on between Kyle and Dorit, especially at the Viper Room. And then she tells Bose how Kyle read that text at Chuck E. Cheese, especially the part about not sharing private things. Especially the part where Kyle told PK that she wouldn't share the private things that he's told her. So here's the thing, you guys. Bose now sees Kyle as a complete liar. Because Kyle was just sitting by her bed saying, oh, it's nothing. And now it turns out that that might not be necessarily true. This is bad. That was the end of the episode, and it looks like things will come to a hit next week over this text. I can't wait for that. So you guys, let me know what your thoughts were. Again, filler episode, but I thought it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed seeing them go to Chuck E. Cheese. Just something different that you don't get to see every day. So yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts. Tomorrow is the Salt Lake City finale, so please be ready for that recap. It's probably going to be the best recap of the year. I can't wait. They're saying that it's going to be hands down one of the best finales, so I can't wait for that. But you guys, please let me know your thoughts. As I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Y'all have a great one. Bye.